Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video. Today we're doing something very unique, something I haven't done on this channel yet, but I'm planning to do more of in the future. So I love to draw, and I also collect LPS, and I watch LPS tubers, so why not combine those things? Today we are actually going to be doing a bit of a combo video. So basically, I'm going to be making some fan art for Sugar Diamond, one of my absolute favorite LPS tubers, literally the first LPS tuber I've ever watched. I absolutely love her. Whilst I talk about my top 10 favorite videos that were created by said Sugar Diamond. Most of them are short films, some of them are skits, and I'm just going to be discussing some of the videos I recommend, some of them I love, and yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing today as you watch me draw some Sugar Diamond fan art. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Starting at number 10, we're going to, oh my gosh, it is just so hard. It took me a good 25 minutes to rank these because they're just all so amazing. But we're starting with number 10, which is the Born to Be Different series. Now, technically, it started as a nice little short film, but it turned into something much bigger after that video got quite a bit of views. So basically, it is a very unique topic. It's not your average high school series. It's about this beagle girl, and you know how sometimes if you buy an LPS and they'll like be missing the ear if you buy like a beagle or a basset hound. So basically, she had bought this beagle who was missing its ears, and she thought she would take advantage of that instead of just throwing it away or making a custom out of it. She actually ended up using it for her video, where she made it into like this whole little thing where she had like a medical condition and she was born without ears. It was an absolutely amazing film. It was took many plot twists and turns. I remember Connor. I loved Connor. I don't want to spoil it, but basically it was just it was like a three-part, I believe, series. It was absolutely amazing. I definitely recommend it. She, though, it's like I remember LPS Con, not LPS Con, LPS Queen was being promoted, and I just love how she like, oh yeah, I worked at lpsqueen.com, and it's just such a nice way to like advertise, but at the same time you're keeping it nice and like you're keeping it entertaining while advertising. But I absolutely love that. I definitely recommend watching it. It's amazing. It's basically, it starts with her like making friends with this guy online, and then eventually she meets him in real life, and she's like, oh my gosh, I gotta cover my ears because my ears are like, I don't have ears. So she ended up creating like this wig, and then it turns out that the person she met actually didn't have any ears either. So it was actually, I really don't want to spoil it. If you guys haven't watched it, I definitely recommend watching it. It's absolutely amazing. Moving on to number 9, let's continue. So, number 9 is actually called Simply Sisters. It's about two sisters, Quinn and May. This was actually my first Sugar Diamond film that I've ever watched. It's great. It made me cry. It's an amazing film. It's about two sisters. One of them's kind of like stuck in the memories of when they used to be really close when they were little, and one of them's a bit older and just kind of started to move on with their friends. It made me cry. There's a music video towards the end, and it's so sad, but yet such an amazing film at the same time. I would definitely recommend watching it. It's amazing. Honestly, I was almost going to give it a higher rank just because of how amazing it is. However, there are other films that I do rank a little bit higher than this one, so I'm going to have to put it at number 9, even though it is absolutely amazing and it's such an emotional film. Definitely recommend watching it. It's great. Moving on to number 8, we have To Be a Friend. So, To Be a Friend is actually one of my favorites, and it is basically just this very nice, very good message. It is actually extremely relatable to me because I did something very similar when I was in 5th grade. I sold bracelets to my classmates, and someone had to go along and be like, you're not allowed to do that. That's illegal. And obviously, I did not like them for that. So basically, in this series, there is a little girl who is selling LPS. It's a little LPS Queen advertising thing. Again, though, I love how she advertises it because it's like, it's so natural. It just perfectly like flows into the video. Anyway, so the girl's selling the LPS and everybody's buying it and she's making so much money. And her ex best friend Carla comes over and she's like, no, you can't do that. That's illegal. So basically, it ends up with the mom saying she's having a birthday party, and the mom says, "Oh, you want to invite Carla because they used to be best friends." But then the daughter's like, "Carla's mean." So then she wants to invite this other kid who's actually really nice, but he's less popular than Carla, and the mom doesn't really know him too well. So she's like, "Are you sure you want to invite him?" And he's like, "Yes, of course." So at the end, they end up finding out that the little kid who's actually like really nice, even though he was less popular, his father was actually the principal, and that's why he was getting bullied. So anyway, this it's just so amazing. The short film is so amazing. I love it so much. It just has such a cute message to it, and I love it. And it's like, I don't know, there's just something about it that's just so entertaining. It's not, again, not your average high school series. It's very cute, very entertaining, and I definitely recommend it. Okay, next up for number 7 is the Bad Teacher skit. It's actually our first skit and not short film that's on the thing. So this has to be my favorite skit. It is so good. It's not even that it's like the storyline's good, it's just that it's so funny. Like the teacher's like, it has this, it's just like you'd have to watch it, but it's amazing. Those like little LPS Queen customs that like look really weird and they have like the eyes, the like googly eyes and stuff. She used one of those for the teacher and it was so funny. And she was like, yeah, the back to like the Bad Teacher skits they're super nostalgic, super funny. And that's back a couple years ago when she was doing the thing with like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of nostalgic LPS skits and LPS videos this summer. So yeah, that video was amazing. I loved it. It was probably one of the funniest videos. I love all of her like teacher skits, but that one definitely had to be like the funniest skit. It was so good. Okay, so for this next one, I think Sugar Diamond is actually stalking me because this is literally exactly what happened to me in 5th grade. So anyway, the LPS short film, LPS Somebody, this is the one we're talking about. She sells bracelets, except the teacher doesn't say that you can't do it anymore. No, oh, it's not your marketplace, says the teacher, but whatever. So anyway, this is pretty much literally exactly what happened to me. Well, except for the fact that it was shut down. But basically, this girl is like, "Oh, I'm going to sell these bracelets because I think I'm going to make money. That's going to be a good idea." When I did this, I made $22 in one day and my class had 7 people in them. So you know what? Yeah, if you set your mind to like selling something and it's a good product, you can sell it because that's exactly what I did. That's basically what this whole short film is about, and it's just so good. She ends up getting on the news at the end. It's so amazing. I love it so much. I definitely recommend watching it. It's one of the best. I think it's probably like a lot of the other ones I'm going to talk about from now on are films, but this is a short film and it's so good. It's probably one of my favorites. Next up for number 5, we're halfway there, is Perfect 10. This one, I can't remember if it's a film or a short film. It's probably a film because it's like 20 minutes long. I haven't watched this one in a while, but oh my gosh, it is amazing. She actually didn't use a main 5. That's so uncommon to see nowadays, like the star of the show being not a main 5. But basically, there's this girl and she's friends with all these other girls, and she comes back over the summer and realizes that they all got makeovers like LPS popular style, and now they're all popular now, and like they got the makeover and now they're wearing all these expensive things, and yet she was like completely not included at all with all of this amazing stuff they were doing. So yeah, they were like, "Oh, you're not cool enough for us anymore." And basically she ends up meeting other people and realizing at the end, "Oh, I don't need them." She tries to change herself at the beginning to like fit in with them, and she's like, "Why didn't they take me like with them? Why did they just go off alone and they just got makeovers without me and they just did all this stuff without me?" Like she didn't even know about it. But anyway, she was like, "Okay, you know what? I'm done with them." At some point, like she tries to, at the beginning, obviously, she tries to change herself for them. But basically, there's like this music video, Perfect 10. The song's actually really good if you guys want to listen to the song. But anyway, it's named after the song in the short film. And it matches so well with like the honestly, I absolutely adore when people put music videos in short films. Like little shout out to AGC Toys. I loved the All Too Well video with like the it was like a skit and a short film, but it had a music video in it. I love when people do that. It's so good. But anyway, yeah, I gotta stop rambling about this one film, but it's so good. I definitely recommend watching it. Next up for number 4 is Baker's Gonna Bake. That one is so good. It's a bit of a longer one. I believe it's about 30 minutes long, but it's really good. It's like a Cinderella story. The girl's father passed away after getting married to the stepmom, and then the stepmom was crazy and had these two other. If you guys know Cinderella, which I'm hoping you guys do, it's basically that, except the girl's a baker. And so to leave all those crazy people behind, she wants to go to a baking show. And then the mother finds out and is like, we're gonna go to the baking show and we're gonna win because there's like a money prize. I think it was thousands of dollars. And she was like, oh my gosh, if I win this money, I could open my own bakery and leave my crazy stepmom. But the stepmom wasn't gonna have any of that. So they try and go in and they're like, okay, we're gonna steal her recipe. So then instead of stealing the recipe, they actually make their own thing, but they ruin Aubrey's cake. Aubrey is the main character, and they end up like smashing her cake. Ooh, she worked so hard on it. It was like days that she took on it, and yeah, she worked really hard on it, and they just ruined the cake. There's more to it. I just don't really want to spoil it, but it's absolutely amazing. I love it so much. Definitely recommend. Another top recommendation. Next up is Friend to Friend. Now, this kind of relates with my friend group when I was like, oh gosh, it was so long ago. I was probably in like first to like third when this friend group, and basically, kind of what happened was like everybody moved away and we kind of lost touch. But anyway, Friend to Friend is such another really emotional one. It reminded me of my friend group from my old school. But anyway, I was like, it's basically about this girl, and she leaves and ends up coming back to her old town, and it turns out her two old friends are in the same high school, but they're enemies. They're like mortal enemies, and they really don't like each other. So then the main character, I forgot her name, but the main character tries to like reunite everyone, and they're like, I don't want to reunite. I mean, I haven't seen you in like 10 years. So anyway, she ends up tricking them into going to this sleepover together, and they all end up getting along in the end, and it's such a wholesome message. I love it so much. It's such a great film. It's actually, I think, one of the more recent ones. I think it was like maybe a year ago, but this one is so good. I love it so much. Definitely recommend watching it. Guys, we're at number 2. We're so close. Now, believe it or not, number 2 is actually a Christmas special, and this is actually the only holiday special that I put on the list. This one I cannot stop watching. It is so good. Together for Christmas, it's about these 3 sisters. They have very, very different personalities, and basically they just cannot get along at all. Like, there's nothing they can agree on. They're always stealing each other's stuff and yelling at each other. And then the mother's like, oh my gosh, all I want for Christmas is you guys just get along. Like, it's been so many years since you guys have gotten along, and it's really starting to make me kind of depressed. So anyway, the mother is just saying this over and over again, like they just want them to get along. So eventually the sisters they still don't get along, and they're still fighting. And then one day they get back from school, and the father is like really sad, and they're like, Dad, what's going on? Turns out the mother passed away, and the last wish of their mother was just for them to get along. So then basically the whole film is just them trying to coexist with each other, trying to get along, and trying to make their mother happy for Christmas. And I love it so much. The way I'm describing it, it doesn't sound as good as the actual film is, but it's so heartwarming. It's so amazing. It's probably my favorite holiday film from Sugar Diamonds. I like a lot of the Halloween ones too, but definitely my favorite Christmas one. It's number 2 on my favorite Sugar Diamond videos, so of course it's going to be amazing. But definitely recommend watching that one. That one is so, so good. Number 1, can we get a drum roll, please? It's actually a music video. Now, believe it or not, I know everything on the list has either been a skit or a film, but this one, my favorite video, is a music video. Are you guys ready? Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I think I've left you in suspense long enough. The You Belong With Me music video is the best in my humble opinion, the best Sugar Diamond video. It is the You Belong With Me music video. If you haven't watched it, watch it right now, please. It's one of her most popular videos, and I could see why. It is so, 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 so good. It's just like a recreation of the actual music video, and it's amazing. I loved it so much that before I had this YouTube channel, I tried to remake the music video. It is so good. I love it so much. If you guys haven't watched watched it, please watch it because it's absolutely amazing. I definitely recommend it. It's so good. And honestly, yeah, over all these films, it's literally a music video and it's still my favorite. It's so good. Okay, guys, enough rambling about all the Sugar Diamond videos. I hope Sugar Diamond loves this art. I hope you guys like this art. I'm gonna leave now. Goodbye, everyone. If you watched the rest of this video, I really commend you because this is quite the long video. But I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to let me know in the comments what your favorite Sugar Diamond video is. Goodbye, guys. Have a great day.